Welcome back to another episode of the podcast.
I like how you're having to decide whether or not we're back or not.
We are back, though.
I mean, we're a day late.
I mean, yes, that is true.
We are a day late.
We are a day late.
We've been in... I don't know if you can still hear it. You probably can. I probably still sound super sick.
No, you don't really sound that sick anymore.
All right, well, but yeah, we've been sick this past week. We've both been really sick. That's why there's been like no vlog. Last React Monday was up because we had that already we had already recorded that, so
Yeah.
it was more or less just having the edit done and then uploading it, which somehow we powered through that. And then yeah, it was just getting better and sleeping, taking meds.
Well, yeah, that's kind of what the point was.
You know, the usual.
Yeah.
Do you want to cue the intro?
Cue the intro. Hello, guys. Two Latin Brothers Podcast, also known as T.L.B.P. I'm Victor.
And I'm Adrian.
And we're back at it again with yet another not vlog.
Yeah, I know.
And we have vlogs. And like we stated earlier, we don't have any.
Yeah,
so,
it's
fun times, just I'm trying not to sound sick.
trying not to. Okay. So, what was I gonna say? All right. So today, ironically, is Saturday, and today is also Minecraft Live.
Yes.
Which I'm gonna watch in a couple of minutes.
Yes.
There's that, and then there's also the fact that I think a lot of people are trying to guess what the possible update could be, and there's this whole voting system, and okay, so they implemented this new way to vote.
Yes.
So I want to talk about this because I think it's almost comically funny.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they implemented this new way to vote, so that way people couldn't cheat the system.
Yeah.
Because people write a script to make a bunch of fake Twitter accounts.
Yeah.
And then vote en masse for the mob they wanted.
Yeah.
So they're we're not doing that anymore. Now you gotta do it in game. So it's tagged to your account.
Yeah.
So they made this server. Now you can hop on.
Yep.
It's incredibly laggy because there's so many people on it. There's there's so many people. There's millions of people trying to get on here, and they have these parkour maps, these parkour courses you can do.
Yeah.
And Bedrock servers are just notorious for people just spoofing the thing and hacking the server.
Yeah.
So when you check the leaderboard for the time frame of some people done in 0 seconds. You're the number one guy did it in 0 seconds. You're how did he do that?
You just teleport TP.
No, it's really funny.
TP,
No, look, okay, so picture this, okay? So
yeah.
it's they're we implemented a system so people couldn't hack it. People hacked it. I found it so funny. I'm we're gonna go all through all these loops and hurdles. I mean, the voting system hasn't changed.
Well, yeah.
The voting system is fine, but I think
the parkour mini game inside is not.
It's it's hacked. It's straight up
I wouldn't have bothered make anything else on the server. I would have just had go vote kind of thing.
You walk in and it's just a little dial. You click it. Done.
Yeah. Because then you have people lingering on the server.
Right. Yeah. No, but I mean, it's actually it's kind of cool. You see how just you kind of get an idea of what Mojang kind of wants Minecraft to be.
I guess.
Because there's also this falling game where when you you drop, you gotta fall between the blocks.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they have one where they're
drop.
They're slime blocks.
Mm.
So if you hit the block, instead of just dying,
yeah,
you bounce back up 7 or 8 blocks.
Oh my gosh!
So you lose your momentum. So then and then you're just bouncing off them, and sometimes you'll get stuck in between them. So you're bouncing up and down, and you're trying to figure out why you're bouncing up and down. You go down, they go back up, they go down, they go back up. Trying to figure it out. You're I don't understand what am I doing wrong? But yeah,
cool.
I mean, I tried a few of them. It was all right,
Cool.
I mean, I was able to do not to brag or anything, but I was able to do one of those parkour ones in under a minute.
Okay.
I mean,
give me 15 minutes.
no, it's because at the beginning of it, there's a spot where you can if you run it and jump at a specific angle, you can make it onto one of the pillars almost like halfway through the like it's just like it's almost like they knew this cheat could be implemented.
Uh-huh.
But like I saw a guy attempt it and he didn't make it. I'm like, I think I could make that jump.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I was able to do it.
I mean, cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Yeah,
got nothing. I got
honestly,
nothing.
To be honest with you, right now,
Yeah.
since this morning, I woke up
Yeah.
and felt like I was here, but not here.
Oh
Like,
no!
I'm just kind of
look. It's just
floating.
we're a little off today. If I'm
Yeah.
being honest, like, yeah,
I
it's
used
just-
all my energy yesterday because yesterday I actually went to school.
yeah.
I went basically the entire week. Well, I mean, I have Thursdays off. But it was also Monday, a holiday.
Oh, it was Thanksgiving on Monday.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about that last week. We didn't
Yeah.
say Happy Thanksgiving to the people.
Yeah. We didn't.
We didn't even acknowledge it.
Yeah. Happy Thanksgiving. I mean, I was sick.
Yeah.
So that's.
And then I got sick literally the next day.
No, the day after.
No, literally the next day.
Oh, no. Yeah, you did.
Actually, that night I got sick. That night I got sick.
The next night, that night.
No, that night I got sick.
No, the night after you got sick.
Oh, Thanksgiving I got sick.
No.
Yeah, because I remember because our half of our family was on a trip. They came back, and that day I got a fever.
No, you came up late.
Yes,
We were all waiting for you to come upstairs.
Yes. No, but I'm talking about
And
after,
then-
like after we ate, after everything. I got a fever.
I think it's the night after. But anyways, that's not the point here. Point is, happy late Thanksgiving.
And if you're in America,
If you're-
well, I don't know.
And
what
if
I
you're
don't know what
American and you're all confused, Canadians have Thanksgiving before you guys, because we're Gucci that way.
because it's cold up here. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, pretty much. Our harvest is it has to be earlier.
We don't have a choice.
Yeah.
Nature comes and she's vicious sometimes.
Yeah.
She holds nothing back.
I honestly, I don't know what to talk about.
Okay, look, bro.
Okay,
so,
listen.
Look,
so
we're-
let me
we're-
tell you about
no,
what I
look,
did
look,
yesterday.
Look,
'Cause yesterday I actually had.
Okay.
events.
Well, I want to tell you this real quick. Okay.
No.
We're like 10 minutes into this, and it's literally been me rambling about something.
Yeah. So let's give them something interesting.
Okay, sure.
Okay. So
'Cause
yesterday,
I'm not interesting. I see
Okay.
how it is.
Yesterday. Well, because
Right.
you were just asleep yesterday.
Yeah.
You didn't do anything.
I
I actually went to school. I went and lived life.
Okay. Well, I'm trying to get better.
No.
All right.
Joking. So yesterday I had my first field trip. It was really interesting. It's college, so it was like meet at this location because I had photography. If you're not aware, I'm a radio student, so there's like a whole bunch of other media typed courses I have to take. So I
Right.
have to take photography. So our prof tells us, show up at this park. I'm like, okay, how am I gonna get to this park? Call up a friend, can you give me a ride? Yep, okay. He drives me over, bought me an ice cap, it's fine. Show up. We're there. We're texting people people started texting me like, yo, where you at? And I'm like, I'm on my way to the park. 'Cause I hadn't gotten to the park yet. I get to the park with my friend. He texts us, I'm at the other parking
He
lot.
picked you up here.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
From the studio.
Huh?
From the studio.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I went out the door.
Yeah.
He picks me up. He drives me. We get there,
Yeah. You're at
and
the
then
park.
I'm not texting one of my friends.
Right.
I'm just texting them, and they're like, "Where you at?" I'm like, "Well, I'm at the park now." And they're like, "We're at the other parking lot." And I'm like, "Okay, but he said this parking lot." And then he proceeded to telling me, "Oh wait, no, I'm just stupid. We're at the same parking lot. I can actually see the car." I'm like,
Right.
"Okay." So he hops on over. All of a sudden, a bunch of other people come out of the bush. So now there's just people surrounding a car. It looks really sketch, not gonna lie to you. And I was just like, I don't want to be here right now. And then followed by my friend turning up a bunch of like Irish music.
Okay, I don't know what's going on anymore.
So
I don't know where this
what-
story's going.
Okay, I'm just letting you know about what happened my day.
Okay.
Okay. So, the main point of the story is I had a field trip. It was kind of funny. I have photos of people doing funny things. And there's a pretty nice waterfall at the park. Yep. And I had to take a photo of a complete stranger.
Okay, whoa.
So
Okay.
that was fun.
Okay, well, rewind a little here.
Rewinding.
Okay, so you're trying to tell me
Yes.
that you went on an adventure
No.
and
I went on a journey.
okay, no, you went on an adventure with the college.
Yes.
And okay, so I used to do these all the time.
Yeah.
Like I used to, you like go meet up at this place or go to that place.
Yeah.
Obviously, it was different because social worker.
Yeah.
So like it was like go to this shelter, go to like this like injection center or like
Yeah,
this. Like it was very different. But I think that like your first like field trip.
Well, no, my very first field trip was technically in the college. It was just to the library.
That's not a field trip.
Yeah, but
Wait. So you guys went to the library?
we took a whole tour of the library.
Wow.
And then we went to a
Did you see any books in the library?
Huh?
Did you see any books in the library?
Yeah.
It's great.
They have 2 collections.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's all right, because everything's digital now.
Pretty much, but
Like they're mostly digital.
yeah.
Like the library, the college library is so digitalized. It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, like they got private rooms.
Yeah.
So like you can study.
Yeah.
And then they have like group private rooms.
Yeah.
Where it's not really like a private room, but it's more like a booth.
Yeah.
But with like panels on the sides.
I went to this college. You
I'm explaining it for the audience.
Oh, I thought you were trying to explain it to me. I was like, what is he doing? I was there. I went to college there.
No, I obviously know that. You spent majority of your lifetime there.
I mean, not specifically in the library. I had a life, but
Yeah, I know, but you spent a lot of time at the college.
Yes.
But yeah,
okay,
there's like pretty cool group sections.
Okay,
You can plug in your laptop to like a TV if you need to like.
Okay, so you
everybody else
you're reminding me of this great moment. Okay, so those. Okay, so in the library, there's also this area. Like as soon as you walk in, there's like all these like round tables.
Yes.
There's all these round tables. Okay, so we put like 2 of the round tables together.
Yes.
And a bunch of us from one class.
Yes.
We had an open book class.
Yes.
I mean, exam.
Uh-huh.
Right? It was a midterm.
Yes.
And our prof was like, "We're gonna meet up at the class if you want to, write the midterm. Come to class. If not, like do whatever you want, right? Sort of thing. Like you have from this hour to this hour, do it whenever you want. But I'll be in class, and if no one shows up, I'll leave."
Mm-hmm.
So we devised this plan. We're like, guys, if we all do it together,
Yes.
collectively,
Yes.
all our brain power,
Yes.
we can harness the power
Of the universe.
of 100%.
Oh, okay.
and so anyway, so we get together.
Yes.
We meet up at the library. We put the tables together.
Yes.
We're up there, and then we find out that the exam is randomized.
Oof.
So like everybody's getting a different question.
Uh-huh.
So then we're like, okay, so 2 people start it, and they're getting different questions.
Mm-hmm.
So then we're like, okay, why don't we go through the entire exam together?
Yeah.
Like doing those 2 exams, and then once we have all the answers for those, we cross and compare to see if if the questions are all the same.
Yeah.
Because questions are all the same, then
But just in different order.
then we have all the answers already.
Yeah.
It's just the order's different, right?
Yes.
So that was the play, right? So we're doing this, right? And no joke, around the corner, the prof comes. And she's looking at us like, what are you guys doing here? We're like, oh, yeah, we're studying. You could like flipping through notebooks, like flipping through our notebooks, like our like pulling up slides.
Yeah.
Like, and then she's like, so some of you already started the exam? We're like, what? She's like, yeah, I get an email notification when you guys start the exam. And we're like, no way. And she goes, whose idea was this? Instantly turns and looks at me. I was like, why? She's like, I don't know. I feel like...
I feel like you'd be the smart one in the
she's
group.
Like, yeah. She's like, I feel like you're the one who'd harnessed everybody else's brain power to get this done.
Yeah.
It was kind of funny, but I mean, there are things like that we definitely like took advantage of.
Yes.
It's like there's really no loophole.
Well, yeah. I mean, there was a loophole and you found it.
Yeah, I mean,
but
it's not that I mean, she couldn't do anything about it.
I mean, yeah. I mean, she could have actually.
Technically.
She could have thrown you with the integrity card.
I mean, I get, but it's multiple choice.
And?
I mean, we're all together.
And?
There was like 25 of us.
You do realize what integrity means, right?
Yeah. I don't have integrity.
Yeah. Well, she could have smacked you guys with that integrity clause and then just dissolved the entire midterm. But clearly your prof wasn't that mean.
Nah, she was nice.
To-
We're gonna take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Hey guys, sorry I'm interrupting this video. I'm here to tell you to follow both our Instagrams and the podcast Instagram. Bro, what do you think about that?
Yeah, man, I approve this message.
All right, that's good enough. What was I gonna say?
We were gonna clap.
And we're back. So yeah, I mean, I think certain things like that in college, like some people let you get away with, others don't.
Yeah. I mean, it just depends on your prof, really.
Right. Yeah, for sure. I've also noticed that there's like some profs, if they see certain stuff on social media, they like go and report it.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, if you have them on social media.
yeah, no. Okay, so there was this guy actually who was in a program I had. He went to LA and he was like hanging out with all these people, and then he was like he has a picture of himself like posing up to like this wall just like covered in guns.
Yeah.
And the caption for the photo is "Can't wait for school on Monday." and okay, like obviously you obviously get what he's referring to, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, like the college didn't find it funny because apparently one of the administrators, their daughter saw it on Instagram and showed it to him. He's the one like so like even like someone else like that who follows you who's in your circle can be the one that gets you kicked out of the college.
I mean, it's argumentative,
Right?
because like, yes, it could be implied that way, but it wasn't the intent.
Of course.
So
But like
I would have
argued
that.
But one of the things that they hit on, I didn't know this. I didn't know this until after.
Mm-hmm.
After that, apparently, when you're going to the college, you have to portray yourself in a certain way.
The code of conduct. Yes.
Yeah. So there's like a specific, like legally, you're basically bound to behave properly.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, what? And they're like, yeah. If you're caught with any sort of like criminal activity, if you get any sort of like crime, you get convicted for something, you get arrested or anything like that, the college has all the rights to kick you out because you violated your code of conduct. And I was like, there are all of these rules. Like no one ever told anybody any of this.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, well, you checked off the box when you said I accept all. And instead of reading it all, you just said accept, and you just went to the next page.
We made you scroll all the way to the bottom. In the assumption that you'd read it all, but you didn't.
I mean, it's like 700 pages.
I mean, I read up to this much.
I think I read like the first 3 sentences, and then I was like, you know what? Just
I mean, if you need to know a specific conduct, if you're questioning, if you're questioning a specific conduct, chances are just don't do it. But I mean, like, if you really,
I like how you're
curious,
questioning whether or not it's okay to do something.
Huh?
You're like, well, if you're questioning if it's all right,
you probably shouldn't do it.
Yeah, I mean, that goes with everything.
Yeah, you should just live life that way, honestly.
Yeah, if
you're questioning whether or not that is right, like a good moral thing to do, chances are you probably shouldn't.
Yeah, I mean, unless of course you have no conscience, in which case, go find a Jiminy Cricket.
Yeah.
Good luck. I don't know how you're gonna find a talking cockroach. What is it? Is it grasshopper?
I have no idea what he is.
Oh, he's a cricket. Jiminy Cricket. It's in the.
Wow, that's kind of sad.
I know my brain's just like.
Moving on from that.
No, what was I gonna say?
a person.
No, what was I gonna say? No, okay. So apparently, there's also another thing in the code of conduct that I did not know this about. You're not supposed to game on the college Wi-Fi.
Argumentative.
Here's the thing.
Argumentative.
If I may.
Yes.
It's actually in there.
Yes. Argumentative.
Okay, so okay.
And here's
well,
why.
Okay, well, let me explain.
Yes.
So, during class hours, not
Yes.
during your class hours, during general class hours.
Yes.
So between 8 a.m.
Uh-huh.
to I think it's the like official classes are like till 6 p.m.
Yeah.
Those official class hours.
Yeah.
The internet is not supposed to be used for gaming.
Yes.
So anything past 6 p.m. on the college Wi-Fi, like that's all game. That's okay.
Yeah.
But anything like between 8 and 6 a.m. apparently is not supposed, like no one's supposed to be gaming during that time.
Okay.
Now, here's the thing.
I'm on my lunch break. Try and stop me.
I know. They're never gonna stop you.
No, I know.
I just think it's funny that it's a rule.
Well, see, like if I had a prof come up to me, and like let's say I ended up playing Minecraft 2 minutes into like their class, okay?
Yeah.
Because I just want to finish up this build, okay?
Right,
Like they
yeah.
haven't even started basically talking about the main subject. They're talking about how they went to go get coffee during this break.
Right.
Okay?
I mean that's fair, man. So you need
but the lecture has restarted officially in the time gap, right?
yeah.
If the prof tried to attack me with these allegations of me playing video games in their class, they wouldn't be wrong per se.
Yeah.
But if the only thing they could tell me to do in that time or moment is to stop.
Yeah.
It's not like they can.
Here's something.
You would have to physically remove me from my device, which is in fact illegal.
Right.
A cop can't even take it.
Okay,
So
well,
it have to be
look,
security.
I'm again, I'm aware of all of this.
Yes.
But I'm just trying to tell you that I don't understand why it's a rule.
I don't know.
I'm not asking for an entire breakdown of what would happen if they were to use. No one implements this because no one uses it. It's also how like we're not supposed to like what it was. Another one was like you're not supposed to pirate on college Wi-Fi.
But doesn't like the college basically teach you?
Okay, so in my networking class, this is a great story. In my networking class, we had this one professor.
Yes.
He was notoriously known for doing this on college on the campus.
Uh-huh.
And he had hard drives
Mm-hmm.
dedicated to specific shows.
Yes.
And this one time, I
Yeah.
walked into his office
Yes.
and I just saw like this this filing cabinet
Yeah.
was open and it's just like piles of hard drives. I'm like, what is all of this?
Yeah.
Like tape, like masking tape
Yeah.
written right on them. And I was like, pick one up and it's like Smallville. I'm like, what I'm like, what's this? And he's like, that's the entirety of Smallville. I'm like, what do you mean by like the entirety? It's like the entire show, the behind the scenes,
Yeah.
the bloopers, like
Everything.
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 And I was like, oh, okay, put that back down. I probably just committed a federal crime. And then I was like, so I was just gonna ask about an assignment we had, and then but it was I remember we had a conversation about it afterwards because he noticed us. He's like, okay, so in Canada, there's this little gray area, and I was like, what do you mean by gray? He's like, it's this little gray area, and then he like explained like the way that the laws currently are in Canada.
Yeah.
They like no one would actually charge you because they're not enough to make like a big enough statement.
Yeah. Not unless you're the one handing out the data information, like kind of things.
Right. So,
but
what he was getting at was that technically in Canada, it's a super gray area.
Yeah.
He's like, and as long as it stays gray, technically he's like, I'm not doing anything wrong, and you're not doing anything wrong. Like anybody who does this isn't doing anything. And I was like, wait,
it's
what?
like you're either in the right or in the wrong.
Yeah.
Since it's gray, you're in the right. So.
Yeah. So yeah, and he was saying, and then he gave a whole lecture on this, and we were all just like sitting in there dumbfounded. And this one guy's like, dude, just not paying for Spotify. Like we just all turned to look at him like, what are you doing? You know. And then it was an interesting class. It was also very enlightening because it was like one of those things where he also then proceeded to tell us how to avoid getting viruses.
Yeah.
When doing it as well, like how to go about it, how to take precautions, how to make sure you don't get hacked.
Yeah.
Because
if you end up working for the government and you need to go into some kind of illegal site and you want to be able to download something for whatever you're working on, right?
But like all of this stuff was like super, super informative. And the fact that it's stuff you never think about, right? Yeah. Like, and he was saying how sometimes they can hide like a file in like the most unobscured way. Yeah. So he's like, it could be the cover art of like an album. Yeah. That's the virus. And we're all like, what? He's like, yeah. He's like, it's a JPEG. He's like, that's the virus. Yeah. And we're all just sitting there like, wait, what? What did you just say? Yeah. Right. So it's one of those things where the more you know, sort of thing, the less likelihood you are of like, you know, getting hacked or getting a virus or stuff like that. And now that I have all that knowledge, right?
Yeah.
I don't have an antivirus software on on my computers at all. Like I just don't bother anymore. It's crazy because once you know how to avoid that stuff,
Yeah.
you become so good at it. It's crazy. It's such also like I don't open any sketchy looking email. It's straight to spam.
Oh yeah.
Like straight.
I mean,
to
but
trash.
everybody should be in the habit of doing that.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
You know,
if you're listening to this,
and there's a Nigerian prince asking you for money, I gotta tell you, he ain't real.
he is. I just got my deposit. No, I'm kidding.
That's
The day that actually happens, imagine that. Just like some prince messages you, yo, I need your help. Someone actually goes through with it. It turns out they're like flipping your money illegally. So that way they make more money and then they hand it to you.
Nah, man.
So you actually make profit?
No
That's crazy.
joke. If somebody were doing that, like legitimately, that would be crazy.
And it'd be such a good scam too. Cause you're not scamming the person. You're just like, well, implementing them in your illegal affairs.
Right.
But technically, if you just borrowed money from someone else, flipped their cash for more cash, then gave them a cut of their cash back to them, it's basically like interest of a bank.
It's kind of like how people go and they go gambling. You know, they got 5,000.
Yeah.
They'll give it away to somebody, and that person will be like, "Let's go put it all on red."
Yeah.
They put it all down because it's not even their money. You know.
Yeah.
Like, so technically, like,
Yeah.
they're taking 0% of the risk.
Yeah.
Right. So they go and they put it on red and they double it. Right. So technically, they made more, but they took no risk whatsoever.
Yeah.
It's one of those things.
Yeah.
Imagine like with $1 million, you put it all on red.
Yeah.
Flip it. When you try to walk out of there, I don't think the casino will let you walk. You took $1 million. The casino.
No, they let you.
Like sometimes they have to, yeah. But what is it?
No, but there's some casinos where they give you like their chip or something.
Yeah.
And they just let you know this is a dangerous amount of money to leave the casino with, so you can pull it out in installments.
Yeah.
Or you can take a certain portion of the cash now.
Yeah.
And then you can come back tomorrow night and grab it again.
Of course, yeah. What is it? There's also there was this guy on, I can't remember what podcast I was listening to. This he's like a professional gambler.
Yeah.
And he was like, you know, we were playing against the house, and he's like, and I think they're like playing like I can't remember what they were playing. I think it was blackjack or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But like the way that because they changed the system, it's like now there's like screens.
Yeah.
That tell you like the card and like what's going on, right?
Yeah.
And he was saying how when you look up at the like the screen that tells you why you lost, he's like, it just made up something random.
Yeah.
Because the bottom was like it like you could see why you lost, but above the above information
was wrong.
We just made up some like random bogus thing.
Yeah.
And he's like, and I was like, I found that a little iffy. So then it's like, no, let's do it again. Whatever. It's like it's only like it's only like $5,000. You know, let's do it again.
Yeah.
It's like so I go again. He's like, same thing. And he's like, I'm like, call your boss. I just caught you cheating. He's like, what? I like they had rigged it in a way where the casino would always
win.
No, in a way where they're giving out misinformation. Right? So because of the way the game works, there's only so many cards, right?
Yeah.
There's only so many ways you can lose.
Yeah.
But if you lose the same way like multiple times,
yeah,
like the screen up there's just like, what's the purpose of that screen?
Yeah.
Like all that information up there is like there's just no point.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like the most misleading thing. He's like, and if you're like a newbie, like you don't actually know what's.
Yeah, you're just like, oh man, I lost.
Completely confused, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
You know, and so yeah, so he's like, and then after that, apparently they like kicked him out and they banned him from the place. I was like, damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's interesting because there's people who actually go out of their way to like cheat the games.
Oh yeah.
They get more than one person in a game, for like blackjack.
Yeah.
So that way they communicate with each other.
Yeah.
As to what cards they can identify, and all they have to do is make sure one of them wins.
Yeah.
and then they just divide up the money later.
Right. Yeah, I know, and it's crazy. Like there's a couple of movies about stuff like that.
There's
Like,
actually a really good one called. Let me find it actually.
what's his name? Kevin Spacey's in it, isn't he?
Give me
He's like the professor.
Give me a sec.
I think Josh Gad's in it too.
Give me
The kid's a mad genius. He's counting cards. Can't remember what they're all called. But yeah, there's a couple of movies like that where like it's the guys gambling and it's just like all this stuff.
Is it called 21?
It's called 21.
I think it's called 21.
Who's in it?
Give me a sec. I'm still investigating as we move forward.
Okay, well I actually need you to wrap this up.
Yeah, it's 36 on Rotten Tomatoes. So maybe it's not that good of a movie, but it's a 70 by Google liked users. Yeah, it's called 21. It has Kevin Spacey,
Yeah, of course.
Kate Bosworth.
Okay. Josh Gad's in it too, right? Is this the same movie I'm thinking of?
I think Josh Gad's in this movie.
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
Okay, so Olaf's in there, guys.
Yep. So if you don't know how people kind of go about doing this is pretty much a good movie to like explain how the game of blackjack works if you have no idea how it works.
But I mean, like, I think the premise of the movie's good.
Yeah.
It's just the ending that kind of like, you know.
Oh yeah. Well, anyway.
That's what gives it that.
Anyways.
Anyway, but what was I gonna say? It's just, you know how that's crazy that like I just like pulled that out of thin air. Like, it's just, like,
Yeah. Anyways, I think it's time for us to wrap up.
yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Anyways, okay, guys, this has been Tula and Brothers podcast.
Short episode because we're trying not to die.
Everything's always in the description, whether it be up, down, left, or right. Make sure to share with your grandmother, share with your rooster, share with your donkey, share with your share with your rooster, again, your donkey, chinchilla.
I think they got it.
Yeah, share with everybody and everything you can. Make us your white noise if you want, because why not? And we'll catch you guys next week, probably with something, I don't know. We'll see. So peace.
Bye.